In this video, we're talking about 3 things that I do to be a better father, and you're gonna want to watch because why the heck not? Boop, 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 boop. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ethan, and I am a beautiful father, single father to Lincoln Love. He's gonna pop up all over here. He's a beautiful soul himself, and in this video, we're gonna cover the 3 things that I do to be a better father. Now, you're gonna want to watch all the way to the end because the third one's the most important, and also these 3 things that I do, they're pretty easy to adapt to and pretty easy to pick up on yourself if you're looking to become a better father or a better parent yourself. So let's dive into the first thing. What's the first thing that I do to be a better father? Well, every single day I start the day off by taking care of me. I have a routine that I do, and these little rituals, these little things that I do set me up for success in the day. Currently, what my routine looks like is I wake up and I do breath work. I do 3 rounds of the Wim Hof breathing technique, which is like and on the 30th breath, you breathe out, and then you hold for as long as you can, then you breathe in. You do that 3 times. After that, I actually live on a little acreage with a beautiful lake in the background, and I do an ice bath. That's the first thing that I do in the morning is breath and an ice bath. Then I come and I take a shower. Usually I do some stretching while I make a tea, and then I'll go into meditation and journaling. And so these are things that I always do before Lincoln is up, and I make sure that I do some sort of ritual to take care of me. Now, you guys don't have to do all of what I do. I've been at this for 7 years. I've had a routine. All you got to start with is just doing something for you. So when you wake up in the morning, is the first thing that you do you go to your phone? Do you go to the caffeine hit? Do you go to just like automatically checking on work or just turning on the TV or doing something that just starts a program and you kind of just like a zombie? Are you doing that, or are you taking time for you in the morning? Taking time and doing things you love. Maybe you love crafting. Maybe that's what you do first thing in the morning. What are some things that I recommend that people do in the morning? There's things like meditation. There's things like breathing and breath work. I really recommend breath work. It's changed my life. Meditation as well. I recommend yoga or some sort of like movement and stretching your body. Those are kind of the 3 staples that I always recommend. And then if you have time or if you love it, then I recommend journaling as well. But just taking care of yourself. When you take care of yourself in the morning, you set yourself up to take care of your children. That's one thing that I've seen that has a tremendous impact on me, and that's what I do to become a better father. Is every single morning I wake up and I take care of me, and when I take care of me, I take care of Lincoln. There's mornings when I sleep in and I'm all boggy and I wake up with Lincoln and I don't have a chance to do a routine, and it's like night and day the effect of. I'm a little bit more grumpy. I'm a little bit kind of like out of my wagon a little bit. I'm out of sorts. I'm kind of just going with the flow, going with the emotions. I haven't really greeted my own day. Literally, I remember it. It's like I take care of myself. I wake up early. I do the routine. And then when Lincoln wakes up, it's like, dude, I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited for the day. Let's go. So that's the first thing that I do each and every single day just to ensure that I'm a better father, is just show up for myself, take care of myself, and do whatever that looks like. So I'll make a couple of videos in the future on kind of like how to craft and how to form your morning routine, or kind of like get a ritual going for yourself, and give you a couple more examples there. So look forward to that video coming. The second thing that I do to be a better father is I'm committed to learning more. I'm committed to growing. I'm committed to reading parenting books, reading personal development books, reading self-help books, reading spirituality books, reading just to expand my knowledge, because the truth is that I don't know everything. I don't. And oftentimes, if you're like me, I can revert to old patterns because the past is easier. A pattern is easier than trying something new. Hence why change is sometimes hard. And so for me, I always want to try and improve myself, not because what I am and who I'm being isn't enough, but because I want to show up differently for my son, and I want to teach my son different lessons than what I think, or I want to come from a place of love instead of a place of hurt. So I'm always learning. I'm always spending time reading parenting books, spending time reading books like the Wim Hof method for myself, spending time growing, learning, and exposing myself to different material that opens my mind a little bit, because the truth is that I don't know everything. I don't know anything, really. I know a very little small amount about a lot of things, but in the vast reality of things, I don't know much. Why pretend that I know everything and I know how to parent and I know how to do everything right when that's not obviously the case for me? It's not the case for a lot of people. So opening myself up to different ways has allowed me to be a better father to Lincoln, because it's allowed me to grow and see where what I'm doing is wrong. or what I'm doing is actually hurting Lincoln. For example, I didn't know from reading Growth Mindset that like telling your boy that he's doing a good job, or like it's a good job Lincoln, you're so smart, you're so this. It really only teaches them they have to meet that good job, and when they don't meet that good job, they don't get that good job. Now they're looking for that. They're externally motivated instead of internally motivated. They're motivated by, oh, I want to be called smart, I want to be called this, I want to be called that, instead of doing it on their own. And that's something for me that I learned, and it was like, hey, I didn't know this. I spent like 6 months of my life like telling Link, good job, boy, you're smart, boy, all this kind of stuff. It's like, wait a minute, is that helping him grow? Now I say good work, nice effort. I praise him on his effort and the effort it took to accomplish that task, not on the task finishing itself. That's the second thing that I do to be a better father. Now the third thing that I do to be a better father, and this one is a little bit backwards in the thinking. You're like, oh, what? Don't do this. But it is take time for you. If you want to be a better father, if you want to be a better parent, make sure that you're taking space for you to do what it is that you love and for you to spend time with yourself. Now this doesn't have to look like, whoa, just screw the kids, let's just go, right? But what it looks like is maybe it's taking a walk for yourself every day. Maybe it's spending 5 minutes by yourself doing nothing, reading a book, kind of doing the rituals in the morning or in the evening, like reading a book, having a cup of tea, just something where you have time for you. Because when you take time for you, you fill up your own cup. That way you have time and you have energy, you have life force to fill up your children's cups. So often I see, let's use the analogy of the cups. These parents are walking around with this cup. This cup is kind of the energy they have, it's life force, it's how they feel, it's the happiness, it's the joy, it's all that kind of stuff. They're walking around with empty cups, and they're trying to fill up their children's cup with an empty cup. And how does that work? If I can only fill up, hey, I don't got anything in my cup, but I'm trying to fill up your cup, and I'm trying to fill up everybody else's cup, and it's not working. And this leads to burnout. This leads to exhaustion. This leads to never feeling like you're enough. This leads to depression. This leads to so many things. And so by spending time with you, you're actually filling up your cup. And I even encourage you guys and myself, like this is a practice that I'm in. It's like fill up my cup so much that it overflows and my son gets the overflow. That's what I want to teach him. I want to teach him that I'm important. I want to teach him that I'm worth it, that I'm enough, that I'm very, very, very important. Because by showing him that, what am I teaching him? I'm also teaching him that he is very important. And that's the truth. When you take time for you, you fill up your cup enough that it overflows into your sons, and you be a better parent, you be a better father, you be a better single father, whatever the case is, you're just a better version of yourself by spending time with you. Now, how I do that? I love walks. I'm a huge fan of nature and I take walks quite frequently. So that's how I get in my time with my self, especially when I have Lincoln. I literally call my mom, I call his Lincoln's grandma, his grandpa, I call his auntie, I call his uncle. I'm like, hey, can you guys make sure that you watch, can you watch Lincoln for an hour while I go do this or I go do X, Y, and Z? Just to take that time for yourself. That's so important. So important. If you're not sure how you want to do that, find help, hire a babysitter, get a day home or a daycare, do whatever it takes to ensure that you have the time for you, because you're important. At the end of the day, that's really all that I want to share with you, is that you're important, that you matter. That's what I want to see us teach our children, is that we matter just as much as they do. Because that's a beautiful lesson to learn and to implement and to give to your children. So those are the 3 things that I do to be a better father. The first one is I do rituals, routines in the morning. I take care of myself so I can take care of Lincoln, and I set myself straight so I can set Lincoln straight in the morning. The second thing that I do is I learn, I grow, I expose myself to different materials. I keep an open mind. I'm addicted to learning something new or just reading some sort of material every single day to open my mind, to learn how to do things better. Not because I'm want to be better and striving to be enough over here. It's because I'm perfect, whole, and complete as is, just like you, and I want to improve, because there's always room for improvement. Third thing is just make sure that you take time for you, whether that's a tea at the end of the day, whether that's a walk, whether that's once a week, that's a walk where you're just intentionally, you're just by yourself, doing things that you love. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know you guys got a ton of value from this. Drop a comment. Which one would you love to implement? Just down below. Which one would you love to implement to be a better parent yourself? What resonated? What landed for you? What came up for you? Do you have any tips yourself? And make sure that you subscribe to the channel just by clicking that big old red button. Thank you guys so much. Stay lovely. Peace. That was a really hype video. I just went off on a tangent. That's the thing, man. When you're tapped in, you are tapped right in. Click, little click, click, little click. What was I even trying to say there?